Okay, so look, it's the middle of the night. And by the middle of the night, I mean 9:49 p.m. on the East Coast. Normally, I would be in bed by now. But I was just up late sewing. I bought this beautiful yellow fabric and I could not help but sew it. So I was up sewing and I was listening to true crime like I am wont to do. Additionally, normally this would be a members only video because when I'm reporting live from my bed, yes, this is my bed. Welcome to my bedroom. You're not seeing no more than this because mind your business. But I need to make this a public video and I'll explain to you why in a minute. First of all, as is my custom, you need to know who's in bed with me. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Who is tonight's bed friend? Okay, here she is. Say hi, Holly. Hi, Holly. Okay, she's not gonna start barking. I hope she's not gonna start barking. Okay, so look, I'm up sewing because, you know, beautiful yellow batik fabric. This is just like a belt on something that I'm making. But I was watching the Sarah Boone coverage because I am very, very behind on my Sarah Boone. And why are you limping? My other dog is limping. And I'm over here watching Tanika's 2 cents. Do you know Tanika's 2 cents? Look, my girlfriend Tanika has a YouTube channel. I met her here through the tubes of you and she is amazing. Normally her channel is all about like, you know, having babies and trying to conceive and stuff like that. But she is a big true crime fan and I am a big true crime fan and we have just become fast friends. I adore her. Anyway, so Tanika, I'll link Tanika's 2 cents in the description of this video. That's why I'm making this public because I was like, I need to talk about my girl Tanika in a very public way. Even though I don't normally invite y'all into my bedroom, you have to be somebody really special to go to my bedroom. But anyway, so I'm sitting here sewing and then resting in my bed, doing a little handwork because yellow fabric, watching Tanika's 2 cents with this Sarah Boone trial. Honest to goodness, I was about to say like, oh my God, is Sarah Boone secretly smart? Because I heard that she had like filed a couple of motions and she won a couple of motions. And in my mind, this woman is a total and complete idiot. With all due respect to our idiot friends, but that Sarah Boone, she's not that bright. And when I heard that she had won a couple of motions, I was like, let me find out that Sarah Boone is secretly brilliant. No. I got excited too soon because Sarah Boone, still not that bright. Here's the thing. Everybody knows somebody like this, right? No matter what happens, whether it's good, whether it's bad, they will find like the little kernel of something that went wrong and just really, really harp on that kernel of thing that went wrong. And so Sarah Boone is over there just harping and like, well, most of the files open for me, but like 1 or 2 of them didn't. And I would like to spend the rest of this hearing talking about the 1 or 2 that didn't. No, ma'am, that's not what we're going to do. This judge, on the other hand, this judge has no time for her mess. He was like, okay, we sent you some documents and they went to the wrong address. And for that, we recognize that we sent them to the wrong address. We are correcting our error. And here is all the new documents. And she's like, I need the papers in hard file. It's too many papers in hard file. Ma'am, you have moved into the jail. I don't know if you recall, but you unfortunately unalived Mr. Jorge Torres like 3 or 4 years ago now. And everybody's sitting waiting. His family is still waiting for justice. And you just playing games. So now that you are defending yourself, you're going to need to commence to defend it because you're raggedy. But she's reading through her paperwork and she's getting like all the things done for her trial. Is she going to lose? She going to her forever home down there at the prison in the state of, where is she at? Oh, Florida. Child, she's going to be in prison for the rest of her life. So she might as well make herself comfortable. But at first I was like, maybe Sarah Boone is secretly smart. What was her job before? And then I remember Sarah Boone, she ain't have no job before. She was too busy getting drunk. She was an alcoholic. Which, okay, fine. People are sometimes alcoholic. Live your alcoholic life. Ain't none of my business. But she was over there drinking. And then she would start drinking. And then she was like, I never had more than 2 glasses of wine. Ma'am, I would like to inquire about the size of those glasses, because if it's a gallon size glass, that's more than a glass of wine. But Sarah has not worked in years and years and years. Only now, this new lawyer gig will give her structure and focus, and I'm really kind of happy for her. So maybe Sarah has a future as a jailhouse lawyer, because as I said before, she going to prison. Possibly for the rest of her life. There's every indication that she's going to lose the case of the state of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Because listen, in case you don't know the Sarah Boone case, look, I'm 5 minutes into the video. I should have started out by telling you what happened. So well, first of all, I have an entire Sarah Boone playlist. I don't know that there's not that many videos on it, because I thought this case was going to go to trial like a year ago. But look, in case you're not up on Suitcase Sarah, this is what happened. Sarah said that her and her boyfriend George, who were in a domestic violence relationship and an alcohol and drug fueled relationship, were playing a mild-mannered game of hide and seek, like you do when you're in your 40s. And they got drunk, and she put him in a suitcase. Now, there has been some back and forth about this suitcase. Let me tell you something. This is where the suitcase came from, because why do you have a random suitcase just sitting around? Sarah has a son, and the son's school was having like a rummage sale, a tag sale, one of these sort of things. And so she was cleaning out her closet looking for stuff for the tag sale. And in her closet, she found this big old suitcase. And she's like, I don't travel, because all I do is travel down to the Publix to get myself some wine and other assorted liquor. And so she had found the suitcase in her closet, and she brought it from upstairs to downstairs on the main level to put it by the door so that she could give it to her son to take to the tag sale, right? First of all, this woman has kids. Yes, child. Her poor child. Anyway, she has a little son. So, well, he's a teenager now. He's like 13 or 14. So the suitcase was sitting by the front door, and her and George were having a nice, relaxing evening at home where they decided to play hide and seek, because they were super drunk. And she zipped him up in the suitcase, and then he couldn't get out. And so she was like, ha, 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 you can't get out. First of all, how drunk and how stupid do you have to be to get in a suitcase? And so they're back and forth. And he's like, babe, let me out. And in her drunkenness, she did not realize that she pulled out her video camera and she was recording him. He's like, babe, I can't breathe. She's like, that's how I feel when you choke me. That's how I feel when you cheat on me. Who is cheating with George? It is fascinating to me that anybody would spend time with any of these people. But okay, they found each other. That just means two crazy Mama Lukes are not available for the rest of us to have to deal with. But apparently George is out here tipping. Ew. Anyway, I feel like I have a social disease just from watching. I mean, but you're not supposed to talk about the dearly departed, but neither one of these people were pillars of our community. So anyway, Sarah locks George in the suitcase and then tortures him, but taunts him, right? And then leaves him in the suitcase. And then at one point, he's like flopping around like a trapped fish. And then the suitcase falls over, and then he really, really can't get out. And he's trying to get her to let him out, and she does not let him out. And he dies of positional asphyxiation. That is to say, he was all like tangled up in there, and he couldn't get out, and he got in a bad position, and he couldn't breathe, and he passed out, and he died. But she was drunk, and she went upstairs and went to bed. And then the next morning, she was like, I slept good, aka I passed out. And then she got up, and she was just like, where is George? He's probably still downstairs. And she goes downstairs, and she's like, wait. I recall we were playing hide and seek, and George was in the suitcase, and I forgot to get him out. And so she was like, let me just unzip this a little bit. Oh, he's a dead body. Oh my God. And so instead of calling 911 like a normal person, she called her ex-husband like, hey, babe, George is dead. And the ex-husband was like, call 911. What are you talking about? George is dead. What are you, crazy? And she's like, oh my God, George is dead. And he was like, okay. She told her ex-husband what happened, because he's fully capped to save a hoe. And so she was just like, I cannot believe this is happening. And he was like, okay, call 911. I'm on my way over. And she's like, I'm so stressed out. I need a breakfast cigarette and some breakfast liquor. And so she made herself a drink and went out on the patio, because she could not face that dead body, because ew, it was in her living room. And so finally the ex-husband gets there, and he's like, is 911 on the way? And she was like, no, I had to have a screwdriver and a cigarette. Can I finish my cigarette before you call the police? And he's like, Heifer, no, you have to call 911. And so she was like, I cannot face this. You know, I am not good with like confrontation and being arrested and stuff. P.S. Now 5 years later, she's real good at being arrested because she lived down there at the prison, at the jail, the local jail. So she calls 911 and they come and she's trying to explain the situation. And oh my goodness, got a little amphibian in my throat. Hang on. So they're trying to get her to do CPR and she's like, he's super dead. Do I have to touch him? Because ew. I mean, he's blue and stuff. And how long do I, is there a way that I could do CPR from a distance? Can I just like energetically, like a Reiki CPR where I just wave my hands and my energy that I put out does compressions on his heart? And they were like, ma'am, we need you to attempt life-saving measures. And she's like, even though I know he's super dead, they were like, ma'am, it's policy. And she's like, can I just like stomp on his chest rhythmically? Because I don't like this. And finally they talked her into doing CPR, but she kept taking breaks because she really was not enjoying it. And frankly, I cannot blame her because so finally the cops get there in the ambulance and they're like, oh yeah, she's right. He's super, super dead. And so they just carted him off and they were like, Sarah girl, what happened? And she was like, yeah, see, hide and seek, a little bit of wine. I don't know what happened. I think he did it to himself. And then the police conducted a complete investigation and they saw the video of her taunting him while he was inside the suitcase because she was drunk. She didn't remember that part. And then when finally the police was like, we found this video on your phone of him in the suitcase and you torturing him. And she was like, oh, I think you might have misunderstood. And they were like, no, girl, we're going to give you these nice bracelets and you have the right to remain silent and everything like that. And so we have been waiting for this case to come to trial. Now, Miss Sarah, who is the epitome of a Karen, is like, I don't like this lawyer. Judge, the lawyer was not nice to me. This outfit is not my color. I don't know why I have to be in jail. How come I can't get my freedom? Ma'am, you're a pain in the neck. So, short story long, honey, Sarah's representing herself. It's going to be a whole mess. That's how I know for sure she's going to prison forever, ever. But in the meantime, I'm perched. I've been waiting for this case to come to trial for over a year now because Sarah just keeps delaying her ultimate visit to her forever home. But I'm following the case, but not every single trial. But Miss Tanika, with her 2 cents, child, she's following every breaking, every case, every hearing, everything. So I'm just gonna follow Tanika. I have a Sarah Boone playlist, and periodically I touch down on Sarah Boone. But it's a whole lot of other ignorant Mama Lukes I have to keep an eye on. So if you want every hearing, everything, go and see my girl Tanika. She gonna hook you up. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I need to get myself to bed. I also need to turn my fan back on because it's hot. I mean, that might be the flashes talking, but y'all have a good night. I'll see you soon. Bye.